Well, I've been very confident with Indonesia, in particular about the Indonesian economy. And Indonesia is very strong in natural resources. We have a very big population, so this will drive the consumption. So that's why I've been very bullish.
And how sustainable is this run? The Jakarta Composite Index is one of the best performers, if not the best performer, in the past year in Asia. Also this year, the rupiah is at a 3-year high.
Yes.
How sustainable is this?
It would be sustainable over the long run, for sure, because again, Indonesia economy is still relatively low compared to the size of the people, the size of the resources. So just for example, because I'm in the media business, if we look at the ad spend per capita in Indonesia, is only $14 per capita. Yeah. If we look at the penetration of the PTV in Indonesia, is only less than 3%. If you look at the penetration of the TV set, free-to-air, Indonesia is only around 60%. So this all indication is very clear picture that the economy is still small, but the potential is very significant.
What's going to be the main drivers? As you mentioned, resources, natural resources, Indonesia has an abundance of that. But over the past years, it's been undertapped, underdeveloped,
yes.
And Indonesia in many areas, including oil, has been a net importer. How is that going to change? How is investment by companies like yours going to change that? How is Indonesia going to leverage the rise of China, the rise of East Asia again?
Well, we have two core business today, basically media and financial services, and we have decided to expand into oil and gas and mining. Yes, recently we bought 2 blocks, one in Papua and one in South Sumatra. Now we are in the negotiation to acquire a coal company actually in South Sumatra. So I expect we can complete the transaction within the next few weeks.
What's your plans for those? Domestic, export, what?
Both. Yes, but it's a big block actually. We believe it involved with more than 1 billion barrel of reserve.
How developed is it, and how much investment is needed?
For the long run, it would be significant. It would involve more than $2 billion investment over 5 to 10 years.
How open do you think the government really is to international investment? Again, I go back to the track record, and there's been long, drawn-out fights for these resources and the development of these resources with the big oil companies and with mining companies. And Indonesia's always had the potential, but it's never realized that. Why is now different?
The government has done a lot of homework, that's for sure. With the recent move by the government to combat corruption, I think this will promote the international investment even faster, that's for sure. If we look at international investment coming into Indonesia, it's growing very significantly. So it's a very strong indication it's recovering. Actually,
it's still a risk zone though for terrorism and these kind of threats that get the headlines.
Well, I think terrorism is everywhere. The problem in Indonesia, we don't promote our country well. I think that is more the problem.